Okay, what's happening, everyone? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to yet another client interview. First and foremost, I apologize for the lighting on my end. I don't know why I'm glowy. No, the lighting's fine now. Perfect. I was gonna say, Max, it was your massive W from the program that's causing this. But yeah, weird intro aside, hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to another client interview. Today I'm joined by Max, another one of our amazing clients from the program who's only been with us for I think it's just under a month, or it's just been just a little over a month, and both him and his business partner Gage, who has not been able to attend this one, but he'll definitely attend part two. Um, they've already seen some really fantastic results. And Max, I'm gonna hand it over to you here, man. Why don't you introduce who you are, who you serve, and the transformation you deliver, and then after we can talk about that big win you had within the first month, man.
For sure. Yeah. So my name is Max. I am one of the co-owners of GM Media, and we do social media marketing for dentists. And my business partner Gage started the company about 3 years ago, working with a specific dentist to help him grow his social media and to help him grow like his brand authority. And they were able to kind of blow him up. And so because that was Gage's first client was this dentist, and they had so much success together, then I joined with him about a little bit like a year and a half ago, and then we started, marketing ourselves to a ton of other dentists through this other dentist we had. And so yeah, so we basically help solve a lot of the issues that dentists see with like, just client acquisition with, their ads, with their social media, and just using it as a source for, growth for their businesses. So
Yeah.
what we do.
Amazing stuff, man. And the lighting's back now, which reflects the win I'm about to share. So,
Cheers.
yeah. So last week you had a massive win, and if we talk about it last week, right, you were still within the program under 30 days. So,
hmm
why don't you tell the people what that win was, and yeah, we can just unpack a bit more, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we closed a $64,000 deal with a dentist using kind of some of the outbound, marketing strategies that they teach in the program. And honest, I think it's our biggest closed deal to date since we've
Nice.
started the business. So pretty awesome.
Yeah, there we go. And I wanted to give Max that honor there because it's his deal, and I just didn't want to blurt it out straight off the bat. But yeah, just to emphasize, guys, again, under a month, you got the emails going, and when I saw the post, the first win Max and Gage had, it was booking a call with Terminator Looms, which is one of our email systems. And then Max comes out the blue saying, "Yep, 64K contract deal locked in and signed," which is absolutely incredible. So, Max, talk to us, man, in terms of how you guys approach the program, because again, like we spoke about just before, right? You guys, it's only been a month, but it's like you guys are speed running this program at this moment in time. So yeah, walk me through how you've been approaching it and what sort of benefits you've found so far.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like one of the things that's like really helped us is we've just gone in very confidently, and we're very involved in the dentist industry, like when it comes to like who we
Yeah,
know and the people that we talk to. So when it came to like building these systems, we built it, with like all these contacts that we already had from other dentists. And so I think that one thing that really helped us is being super well established, like in knowing people in our industry that, that helped us to be able to grow this like email list that we were able to start sending emails out to and stuff like that. But really, I just think it was more of a mindset thing, like with this is like, I feel like when we like first came into the program, we were struggling. We had a really big like lull in sales. Like we hadn't done any sales in like 3 months for some reason. We grew super quick last year when we started, and then we totally like, plateaued and we weren't seeing any growth. And so I don't know, coming into the program, like our mindset had to change. And I feel like that's one thing I loved about the program starting out is just like the first thing you focus on is your mindset and changing your mindset and getting yourself, in a place where you're actually ready to give an offer that sells and stuff. So
yeah,
I don't know
love
if
it,
that
man.
answers your question, but
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. In terms of like the struggles you were facing, right? What specifically triggered you to join the program to begin with, and like, how did you even come across it?
yeah. Well, me and Gage, my business partner, we're both very big picture guys, and so we struggle sometimes with the details and like here's like the roadmap to success. Sometimes we struggle with that side of things. And again, we were also struggling with our sales and just our own client acquisition. And so, that is kind of what, made us interested. And we had a call with you guys. And I think just like, I love that the solutions to problem, there's so many different solutions to the problem of client acquisition than just ads. Like, I feel like so many other agencies were just telling us, you run ads, keep running ads, stuff like that. And I love how we just loved how there was solutions to client acquisition that didn't just include paid advertising. There was other, routes to go. And I think that's ultimately why we decided to, go with this.
Yeah, love it, man. You mentioned just before this, another problem was obviously the sales side of things. Talk to me about that specifically in terms of the issues you were having, and what was causing it, if you did know what was causing it, right? And how you managed to start resolving that upon joining the program, man.
Yeah, I feel like on the sales side, we didn't really have our offer and like problem solving for, new
Mm,
clients. We didn't really have that side nailed down. And so when we would get on sales calls with people, I feel like we didn't have very clear direction of how to like, bring the call to put the call in the right direction and actually like present our offer. And so I
yep.
think we just, learned how important our offer is, and that's something that we were struggling with. So,
Yep. Good stuff, man. So walk me through on day one, because again, like I said, it's like you speed run it, and I'm surprised you went through the mindset stuff and then the sales stuff and the terminate loom stuff. So I'm very keen to see how you engage, um, just approach the program, man. So walk me through day one, all the way up
mhm.
until this point, right? Like, what did you
Yeah.
do? What did you get set up? All that good stuff to restructure the business and put yourself in a position now where, you're starting to get appointments consistently with organic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when we decided to invest in, Imperium acquisition, we decided if we were going to do it, we were going to, go all in and not just like do it half-ass it. And
Yeah.
so we kind of delegated a lot of our own other responsibilities to some other employees in our agency and just decided to like literally spend all day every day watching the courses and like diving in. So whenever I was driving, I would listen to it. Whenever we were, just doing anything, like we were always just like listening to the courses so that we could get through what was most important. And then really quickly we just started delegating things between me and Gage. So I like Gage would start working on sales and I would start working on outbound systems. And
Nice.
I started tackling the, Terminator Loom system course, and then he started tackling the sales course. And so because we were both able to like put our, focus on those areas individually, it helped us kind of get things going quicker because Gage did the sales calls and then I got all the sales systems built. But yeah, and then by the time, I mean, like, it only took like a week to actually get it all set up, and then like within like the first 2 days of running it, we already had like 3 sales calls booked. So
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And then if I'm just gonna search. Yeah, so I just searched your activity and Gage's activity. You guys didn't even post any questions. It was just it was just straight up, go through the videos and just crack on. So talk to me about on that end, Max, because naturally, right, people watching they may think the course might be complicated and long, and full transparency to everyone watching this. I've said this so many times. It is very long and detailed, and Max will attest to that, right? But how simple was it, Max, to set things up? Because, like I said, you and Gage didn't seem to need any help in the group, at least in terms of
yeah,
technical questions.
yeah. Well, that's the thing is it's very comprehensive. It's long, but it's comprehensive, and that's why you don't have any questions after because everything is covered. And there's, I would follow along with like the PDFs attached to each video that like kind of give you the rundown of like what to do. And so yeah, I literally would just pull up the course or like the videos on one screen and then, be doing what they say to do on the other screen. And genuinely, like, it feels like you're being taught by like a teacher, like one on one, because, it's so comprehensive. So yeah, genuinely, if you just sit down and actually take the time and dedicate the hours to watching it, you'll see the success. That's all that, you just have to like actually have the time commitment because it's not going to do anything for you if you don't actually take the hours it takes.
Yeah, well said, man. And yeah, what you said there as well, where it's yes, it's long, and yes, it can be draining and but it's comprehensive. That's the best way to put it, Max, because I've had it with a couple clients before where it's like, no, the videos are too long, the videos are too long, and I've always stressed to them, it's like, guys, I promise you, if we could make the videos 5 minutes, if we could make the videos 10 minutes, even if we could make the videos 20 minutes, we would. but we know for a fact that's going to leave you guys empty-handed. And then there's going to be confusion caused. And you've probably seen this as well, Max, and same with Gage and anyone in our market. You join these courses that are relatively low budget, the old
Mhm.
school 997 courses. They're designed as a bit of a pump and dump. They'll record like 20-minute videos and that's it, done, goodbye. And then your questions are left unanswered. And that's where, we approached, we'll record a 1 hour video if needed. Like, so Selway will put like 30 hours into Terminator Loom if needed. Charlie will spend 3 hours on one video training if needed, because that way it results in clients like yourself engage, and even other clients, right? Like I was talking to you, Max, about Pablo. Shout out to Pablo, who didn't ask a single question as well because everything was there. So no, that's really well put, man. So you guys have just got the email system set up, Max, right? Terminator Loom. Anything else, or is that the one system you're currently running?
That's the one we're currently running. It's working really well for us, but we are going to start building the DM system
Nice.
next. So that's
Yep.
kind of our next
Sweet.
next step, I guess.
Sweet. With the email system, how many appointments are you booking right now on average?
We're booking like 1 to 2 per day
Nice.
on average. So yeah, really good. So to
Perfect.
start out.
And outside of that 64K deal that you locked in, any other wins?
Well, we did close another $42,000 deal as well. And
Yep.
so that was this last weekend. But yeah, seriously, I mean, like the sales calls and the quality, like the leads we've gotten from the Terminator Loom systems have been higher quality because I feel like they've been well prepared for our sales call through the email we send them. And so we've honestly seen better our like close rate, our show rate has actually gone up with this versus what we were doing with ads previously. And there's nothing
Wow.
wrong with doing ads at all. Like ads
Yeah.
worked, but this seems to be higher quality leads for us.
Yeah. Well, two things there. The first thing was that the title of this interview was already massive enough with the 64K deal, but now
Right.
that 42K was going to be added, and it's
Yeah.
like how Max and Gage secured 106K in contract value in 30 days. So that's one thing. Secondly,
Right.
what you said there, Max, that's super interesting to hear because obviously you're coming from running ads, right? And with ads, you can do all the targeting in the world, and you can really get specific. But with organic, it's very cost efficient compared to ads, and you can at times yield better results from what you've seen. And that's where the nurturing comes in, right? Where you're warming them up for the relevant Loom videos and all these things.
Hmm.
Sweet. With
Yeah.
with regards to um with regards to the organic side, do you see that going hand in hand with the ads, or do you see the potential to replace ads potentially?
I think I see it going hand in hand eventually
Hmm.
for sure. Because I mean, I like to see it as like having multiple lines in the water,
Yeah.
like just like using all the resources we can. But the thing that's good about the organic side or the Terminator Loom system that we built is it's we have a VA or a setter that's running it for us, and so it's
Yeah.
pretty. It runs pretty passively now. Like I don't really have to worry about it now that we've got our VA running it. And so because of that, it makes it so that we have more time to dedicate to ads and we're still getting appointments in the background as a backup too. Like it's just
Yeah.
multiple sources
It's
of
fantastic. It's like you're operating from a position of abundance, basically, where it's like it's no longer, oh my God, what happens if ads shut down? It's like, oh, we
Mhm.
got ads, we got Terminator Looms, and now because we got a proof of concept across the board, especially on Terminator Looms, we can translate that to DM Sorcery. Now we got
Mhm.
three different buckets where we can get different leads from. So, how
Yeah.
does that feel, Max? Where you're no longer reliant on one platform?
It's amazing. Seriously, yeah. I like when we were running solely on ads, like we would have a down month and we'd get creative fatigue with our ads and we'd be, stuck. And I feel like we were stuck for like 3 months with our ads. And so if it feels nice to know that there is that, we have multiple sources coming in.
Yeah, fantastic stuff, man. Love it. Um, Max, with regards to the overall business structure, what does the team look like and what does the fulfillment look like? Obviously, it's you, Gage. Is there anyone else involved?
Yeah, we've got a pretty good team. We've got our content strategist team, so they kind of plan all of the content for our clients and post it and run their accounts. And
Hmm.
then we also have, a couple a videographer and some editors as well that help us with the fulfillment. So a lot of the fulfillment side, we have kind of a lot of team members helping with that. And then just on the growth side of the business, it's me and Gage, just doing all the
Yeah.
client acquisition.
Yeah. Nice. One thing you touched on early on, obviously, was the mindset stuff we have, which is obviously covered in acquisition genesis, where it's like the theory behind the business and
Mhm.
self-transcendence as well. With regards to acquisition genesis, how valuable did you find that towards understanding your business? Because that it's not necessarily tactics or like shiny objects. It teaches the how behind what you're doing, and how valuable is
Yeah.
that?
Super valuable. And I think that like there's a huge I mean, you learn about paradigm shifts, but genuinely, like I feel like our paradigm with offers and how we can use like our potential clients stimuli to like help them understand help them move along the journey towards becoming one of our clients. Like I wouldn't really have understood that concept, and
Mm,
that's such an important concept to understand. So really like it's a foundational thing, and the acquisitions that Genesis course is just like the groundwork so that when you do all of the other things, the Terminator looms or DMs, or it makes it so that you're equipped and prepared mentally to actually like achieve it. So
yeah,
that probably is one of the most time consuming parts of the course. But I mean, I
definitely.
the fact that we took the time to do it first, I'm
Yeah.
glad that we did.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of those ones where like before you touch any sort of outbound systems, inbound system, even paid ads, whatever, that module alone, it just allows you to think for yourself and understand, why you're doing what you're doing, so that
Hmm.
you know why an email is structured the way it is, on a sales call why you're speaking the way you're speaking, versus
Hmm.
someone who skips all that theory and then
Hmm.
they're heavily script reliant, and it's like, oh, why is this not working? And it's super powerful because then it kind of makes you, you know, script proof, where it's like if one script falls apart, because you engage, are able to think for yourselves, you can cook something up straight off the bat,
Yeah.
that's fresh because you know your market, you know the theory behind it and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fantastic stuff, man. Were there any limiting beliefs that you engaged had before you joined the program? Like for example, I know you were heavily reliant on paid ads, but were there any sort of other limiting beliefs you had, or even if organic alone was a limiting belief to begin with, man?
Hmm. Yeah, I would say organic. I would say for sure email. I've
Yeah,
always thought that email campaigns were dead.
yeah,
I never would have thought like I want to try doing email, outreach. And I remember
yeah,
when I first started my business, that's what I actually started doing was cold emails. But the version of cold emails I was doing compared to Terminator Looms is a completely
yeah,
different ballgame. Like it's not, I wouldn't even call it an email campaign because it's something completely different. But
yeah,
yeah, we definitely had limiting beliefs with that. And um I as well, like I just think cold outreach as a whole, it feels like people have a bad, taste in their mouth for it because everyone tried it when they first started their
yeah,
businesses. That's like the first thing they did was cold outreach, but no one really does it right. No one knows what they're doing, and I think that it totally, when we actually like learned what the cold outreach systems were within Imperium acquisition, it changed
yeah,
our our idea about it.
yeah. No, and it's funny because it's like you'll see everyone saying cold outreach is dead, cold outreach is dead, and cold outreach is dead, and usually it's one of two people. The first group, they've just experienced very poor cold outreach, or they've
Mhm.
done it themselves, right? And it's like, yeah, cold outreach is dead. Or the second of which, they're just trying to sell you something else. So,
Yeah,
so guys, if you're watching
sure.
something and you come across marketing where, you see X is dead, X is dead, they're just trying to sell you Y. Okay. So warm is dead, cold is thriving, cold it, don't believe it. Truth is, everything can work if you understand the theory behind it and if you do it properly, kind of like with cold outbound, like Max alluded to here. And it's funny, Max, because with our cold systems, like you've seen it, and you're gonna love the DM sorcery sale, by the way, because it's practically lukewarm. I'd go as
Hmm.
far as saying,
Yeah.
pushing warm the way we approach it. And I really want to
Mhm.
touch on that side of things. So, because you came from a background where you were doing cold email when you first started, right? And you
Mhm.
mentioned how Terminator Loom was a very different way of, doing it. Expand on that a bit more for me, man. Like,
Mhm.
What did you find different about it? And, what really broke that belief that, oh, hang on, like this is a new way of doing cold and it doesn't even seem cold.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the reason it doesn't feel cold is because it's a personal way of reaching out to people. So the approach is really to send them an email with a personalized video
Yep.
specifically for them that they watch on the email, and also calls them by name, calls their, practice out by name or their business out by name. And so it makes it so that when they see it in their inbox, which having it even hit their inbox in the first place is hard enough. But once you get that part figured out, like it's in their inbox, has their name on it, it's personalized to them. So it really doesn't feel like a cold email. It feels like you're already like understand them, and they feel like they we actually have gotten so many compliments actually from people on sales calls where they're like, "Wow, we actually loved the way you reached out to us. Like we've never had anyone reach out to us in the way you did. We've never had someone send a personal video."
Yep.
And so like it's actually been cool because it's like people are almost shocked by it. They're like, "Wow, I've never seen someone do that," you know?
Yeah, and to people watching, I was laughing with Max because I said, "Hey man, yeah, dentist." Charlie made a video saying dentists are,
I
are
know.
dead niche. So this is a great case study. We might need to take that video down. But
No,
no,
yeah.
jokes aside, that's fantastic, and that's when you know you're doing something right. You're sending a cold email. I say quote unquote cold, but at the
Hmm.
same time, it's we lead with intention, where it's like, hey, we got your site on screen. We're gonna address you by your name, some personalized information about you, and then it results in their guard being lowered and saying, "Hey, Max Gage, thank you so much. Like this, this is the first time I've
Yeah.
come across this." And you got to view it from their lens. They're coming across people that are spamming them with the copy and paste, and addressing them as all sorts. And when you do it the right way, it just sticks out immediately. So that's fantastic stuff. On the email topic, Max, how many are you guys sending at the moment, daily?
We're sending, I think, about 70 per day. So not
Only seven.
quite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy. So the the crazy thing is we can just scale that to the moon.
I know.
And then, I was thinking you were gonna say,
We could be doing a lot more than that, but that's just what we had. That's what we set up to start out, just to test the waters, you know?
yeah. So yeah, action item after this call, man. I need you on the outbound call with Selway tomorrow. Let's triple these numbers. So that's
For sure,
ridiculous.
for
So
sure.
every 70 emails sent, there's two meetings in, and it can get crazier when we factor in the sales conversion rate, because then you can reverse engineer things. Right? How many emails do we
Mhm,
need to send to get a sale worth
mhm.
God knows how much, when because you sign them up on a yearly contract, which is
Right.
absolutely incredible. So fantastic stuff, man. Um, Talk to me about the metric tracking side of things, because I know you guys were heavily on ads, right? And obviously, when you run ads, you're naturally heavily metric orientated. How did you find the metrics tracking side of things with the outbound and organic side of things in terms of having a predictable process in place now?
Hmm. Well, I mean, first of all, I think there's a lot of tools to track all of these things. Like one thing I also really liked about it is all of the built out templates for
Hmm.
all of these things for tracking out all of our analytics. Super easy and straightforward. And so, yeah, been the thing that makes it easy to set up and easy to track is the fact that all the templates that you guys use for your systems, I have access to. And so yeah, it's been simple and it's been actually easy and it makes it, like you said, predictable because we know kind of what we need, what volume we need to put out to be able to achieve the results that we want to achieve. And so I would say it's more predictable than what we were doing with ads just because there's more volume. And
Yeah.
like you said, I could be doing more volume than way more
Well,
volume
that's
than we're doing now, but yeah.
That's the scary thing, because if you jump on Will's call tomorrow, he'll just start laughing at you in a very happy manner. By the way, he'll be like, "What?
Right.
This is," and there'll be some element of disgust where he's like, "Max Gage, what are you guys doing? Like, let's
Right.
get let's get
We need
300 a
more.
day pumping." So no, absolutely incredible stuff. Love it. Obviously, Max, you guys have only been here for, like I said, just over a month, and I'm assuming you still got a ton of the program left. I say a ton. You guys have sped run everything. Is
Mhm.
there anything else in particular that you really love about the program? Whether it's not just the outbound systems, but the group support, the coaching calls. I don't know if you managed to join anything else that stands out for you.
I think just the community. The group, like you said, I think there's a lot of great energy around it because everyone's posting their wins, everyone's asking questions. I love the quick communication within the program.
Hmm.
anytime you do have a question, I've never asked one, but I know that every time I see someone posting questions in the chat or in the community, they get answered instantly. And then I also have people in my DMs asking me questions, and I can DM people and ask them questions. And so it's just a very good community of like-minded people that are all, looking for the same result. And so really, if like you need help with something or like you want to achieve some result, someone in the program has done it. And so that there's people that have the tools necessary for you to, do it yourself as well.
Yeah, love it, man. Fantastic. And yeah, that's so true because yeah, you got the video content alone, right? But then you got the daily coaching calls. If you need any help, or if you're a wizard like Max or Gage, you just crack on your own with the PDFs, or you got like the group support on top, and we're here to help you. It's not something where here's a video, guys, we've disappeared now. Now we're here by your side every step of the way. So love it, Max. Max, again, like I've said, it's only been a month. Talk to me, man. What's the goal for 12 months time? Because
Mhm.
you're just getting started now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we want to scale to 250,000 a month in revenue.
Yeah,
And we're not there yet, but that's our goal. And I think that with the just like what we've seen in the last month, like we're very confident we can get there. Like we have a total
yeah,
roadmap, a total like the tools necessary. And so yeah,
yeah.
we're stoked about it, stoked for the future.
Yeah, no, it's scarily good, which is what it's like. If you're sending 70 a day and doing what you're doing, it's insane. So that's why there's two things. Once you pump the numbers up, then we can literally reverse engineer all the way from how many emails to send, how many
Hmm.
emails do you need to send to get one deal, and from
Right.
there it's like now now you need to know what now you know what needs to be done. So yeah, no, that's absolutely crazy, man. So yeah, love it. I'm gonna label this as part one to everyone watching. And
Okay.
I've said this to Max, and hopefully both him and Gage. Gage is gonna be in the next one. I'm gonna get him on with Max as well.
For
Hopefully
sure.
they'll both have some time for me in a year's time or even less than that, depending on how fast they speedrun this thing. But yeah, guys, keep an eye out for part two. Max, before we wrap things up, there's gonna be two groups of people that ultimately watch these interviews, the first of which are current clients, and the second of which are people that have yet to join the program. Maybe they've just come across an ad and they're doing their due diligence. Maybe they just had a call, but they wanted to think about it, which is perfectly fine. To current clients, right? What would you say to them in terms of the best advice you can give to them to succeed? Which is funny because you've been with us for a month and you've already seen some significant success. But what would you say your
Yeah.
tips are, man?
Well, I mean, I would say to first of all just trust the process with the program and what they tell you to do and what the program, is laid out, what, the roadmap, following that roadmap. And I think that the biggest thing is it is a time commitment 100%. Like you can't like, just low past the fact that it doesn't take time and it doesn't take actual energy for you to do it. But my advice is just genuinely to go through the hard work of and like the hours of time that it takes to watch the courses and then actually do like step by step what it says to do, because if you do that and then you apply it to your niche, apply it to your business, obviously you take everything that the course says and you apply it specifically to you, specifically to your clients and your potential clients. I think that anyone in any niche can see success with this, and it just genuinely comes down to you know, being patient, being hardworking, and putting in the hours to do that. And again, you have every resource at your disposal. There's nothing that's not there for you to succeed. You just have to, you know, go for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, well said, man. I think one of the best ways to describe you engage is patiently aggressive. Where it's
Right,
like you're patient, but then you just send it, and yeah, things are just blowing up in such a short space of time, which is great.
right. It's awesome.
And to the people that have yet to join the program, Max, again, I appreciate how it's only been a month for you. So from your 1 month working with us, right? What would you say to those individuals that have yet to join, if
Hmm.
they're hesitant to join, almost as if you're speaking to yourself before you guys join the program, right?
Yeah. I would say that, where I was before joining the program, where we were struggling with, different aspects of client acquisition. And I would say that if you have any struggle with any form of client acquisition within your business and you are looking for solutions to those problems, like this is definitely, where you should be. And I think that the investment is 1000% worth it, 1000%, possible. You will receive a return on your investment tenfold. I like again, like we already have seen that. We're lucky enough that we were able to, achieve that, within our first month. But I seriously do believe it. And I think that, you know, there's a lot of different, people out there trying to do the same thing, trying a lot of agencies or a lot of courses trying to sell their product and trying to get you to, buy it. But what it comes down to is like the amount of time and effort that is put into this course and this program has probably been, more than I've seen in any other program. And because of that, you know, I think that any new person can solve their problems with client acquisition through it.
Yeah, well put, man. And yeah, it's funny you say that because like even right now, the product's still being developed. And then Selway, head of product, him and his R&D assistant Rodian, every single day, they're
Hmm.
testing new automations, developing new modules. And if you look at our Asana, right, and you look at Selway section, it's like he's got like 40 to 50 new videos to record, which
Crazy.
I kind of feel sorry for him. But that's what we do, right? We keep the program up to date so that
Yeah.
people like yourself, Max, you can come in, step in, and just it's up to date, it's present, it's right now, and
Yeah.
boom, you can get some great results. So no, well put, man. Well put. Okay, cool. Max, as we round this off, man, final question for you. Where can people find you if they want to keep up with you, engage, and what you got going on?
Yeah. So, I mean, our Instagram is Grow with GM. That's what it's called. Grow with GM. And then our website is gmmedia.com. And that's a three instead of an E on the
Nice.
in the media part. So that's where you can find us. We're still growing our social media, not really. That's
Yep.
our kind of next step here is kind of growing our
That's-
our authority ourselves. But
Yeah.
yeah,
There's a lot of next steps, guys. So make sure to come for part two because yeah, the second one's gonna be a killer interview. This one itself is already a mega interview for the win that's been had. So yeah, fantastic stuff, guys. Hopefully you found this valuable. I'm gonna do my famous outro now, the one that everyone clicks off because they're sick and tired of hearing it. But if you are someone that has stumbled across the online world and you've come across these fancy ads of these guys sitting on the beach sitting in Miami and the rooftop bars and the summer shirts and they turn on their laptop and all of a sudden there's 50K there, 60K there, 20K stripe screenshots and then they'll tell you that you don't need to work for it whatsoever and you can close your laptop and you can hire someone from Upwork to do the work for you whilst you sit on the beach and do nothing and you can drive Lamborghinis for free and whatnot and you think our program can help you do that. I'm here to unequivocally tell you, unfortunately, we can't do that for you. This program is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not a magic pill that you can take and you can get rich overnight. It is a program that requires work. And as I always say, if you do find that magic pill, send it my way. Full name Normia. Find me on Instagram with an extra H. And if you do end up finding something that gives you overnight success, you can share that with me. No need to share it with Max and Gage because they're doing quite well already. But jokes aside, guys, if you are someone that's watching this and you're willing to follow a proven, framework to achieve success in a predictable manner and have the support to go alongside the video content, then we're probably a good fit for you. Like I said to Max here, and in multiple interviews, we don't just provide you with videos. There's daily coaching calls that take place. There's group support that takes place every single day so that we are with you every step of the way. It's ironic that I mentioned we're not a, get rich quick overnight type of things because Max and Gage have literally closed $106,000 worth of contract value in 30 days. But I'll be fully transparent with you. Whilst that is possible, it's not something that's common. Like with Max Gage prior to joining the program, like as you said, Max, you guys already had a decent experience in the business, building your reputation in the market and whatnot. So, for those of you watching, please don't watch this interview and think you can start from ground zero and then 30 days time we're doing an interview. I don't want you to
yeah,
join and think, no, you lied. Max Gage got that. No, guys, it's not a common thing, and I'm not gonna say it's a common thing, but it's certainly possible if you already have an established business, because we can make the relevant tweaks and add some components just like we done with Max Engage here. So yeah, hopefully you found this one valuable, guys. if you need to do further due diligence, this is the 112th client interview that we've done. There's 111 other ones you can check out on the website. And yeah, feel free to book a call with us. Nothing to lose, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys. Bye.